In this video, we're gonna get into new construction, old construction, talk about culture, talk about homes. This development behind me, it's the newest thing on the island. It's so new, I wasn't even sure of the name a few weeks ago. They're gonna start selling soon, and if you stay tuned till the end, you're gonna see me do something on this channel that I've actually never done. I'm gonna take a quick pause. I've met 2 people in the last 10 days or so who are like, man, I watch your channel. I watched you for 9 months before I came, and then everything about real estate investing. I'm continuing to watch your channel. And then I'm like, congratulations, shake it on buying your house and getting into the market and investing. How could I have gotten you to call us up? And the feedback I get sometimes is, I just thought you're too big of an agent. I thought you guys are too big of a deal. That is not the case. Please hit us up. I'm gonna raise our hands right now and say, go to coreteamhawaii.com in the description, hit us up. All right, so we're in Ho'opili, standing next to the Ikena neighborhood. You know that because they have these slanted roofs, these modern looks. So we're doing new construction and old construction today. There is no more newer construction than Ikena. In fact, there's a release gonna happen super soon. Don't tell nobody. I wonder if this new Ikena release is gonna happen this Sunday. So there are the 2 that are available right now, and then they're gonna do the release. My team spent half the day yesterday in this community, in the sales office, with some of our clients from this YouTube channel. With the climate of the market, with interest rates being pretty high, a couple of things about that. There's likely to be a couple of specific floor plans that just go really quick, and then there might still be a couple left over from this release, so we'll see how that plays out. Also, we can get you the best interest rate possible when you're buying in Ho'opili. We can feed you into the right lender for that. Lastly, in this Ikena release, there are going to be bigger lots than previously released. They're gonna be some 5,000 plus square foot lots. Typically, these lots are more around the 4,000 range. Ikena probably even has some sub 4,000s, but they're gonna be some of the biggest lots ever released. Now, not the Bluffs at Ikena, not the ones on that ridge over there that have a little bit higher end finish and stuff. This is a regular Ikena release, but there are gonna be some of the bigger lots available. Also, they're gonna be both interior lots, but then there are gonna be some of these alley load lots as well. Alley load, if you've never heard of it, they're these kind of homes right here. So alley load is a home where the front of the house is fronting the street and the garage is in the back. You see these in Ocean Point, another popular community in Ewa Beach. So technically, that's the front door. No one would ever really use it. We all tend to go into our homes through the garage anyways. So on the interior street is where the garage space is. What else about Ho'opili? We'll pan this way. There was just a Nahere release this week. The thing about Nahere is this condo building on the other side over there. The thing about that is it's still only for cash buyers and portfolio borrowers. What does that mean? You guys have heard of Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, mortgage entities. So most loans are conforming to Fannie and Freddie, and there's some things that happen in underwriting and document review. They look and see, is there any litigation? If the builder is suing the lumber person or the copper person, that piques interest, right? Like, why is that happening? So underwriting doesn't like that. There's some things going on with Nahere. If you're interested in Ho'opili, you're interested in Nahere specifically, reach out to us. There's some things going on that make it such that you can't get conventional and conforming lending right now. So the people that are buying are cash buyers or their portfolio. So what is portfolio? Portfolio just means like Bank of X, Bank of Hawaii, First Hawaiian, whatever, they're holding the loan. So they're not selling it in the secondary market, so they can do whatever they want. If Bank of Hawaii wants to give you $1 million to borrow, they can do that. That's a portfolio loan. So right now, Nahere, although they just had a release, few and far between the people that are going for it. Coming back to the single family side, Ikena is coming up maybe the day we drop this video, we'll see. I dropped a little nugget about interest rates earlier and how we get you the best interest rate for this community. That's one of the things about buying in Ho'opili in this market. Pro and con. So on the positive side, you can probably get a better interest rate. So price per square foot and the mortgage, your monthly payment per square foot, you might be able to find one of the best situations on island by buying in this new construction zone, because you get a better interest rate. But on the other hand, in this market where interest rates are high and prices are a bit suppressed, if you had bought here a year ago and for whatever reason you're having to leave, you took a promotion, like one of our clients took this huge promotion 6 months after they got to Hawaii, this might be one of the worst places to sell, because look, you're competing with brand new products, right? Your used product that's a year old or you're competing against the builder to sell it. So there's pros and cons, and we're never just gonna sprinkle sugar on everything and tell you the positive of every situation so we can make a sale. So this video is gonna be new construction update, but also we're gonna get into old construction. But we're gonna get into older built homes and just show you kind of the contrast, the disparity between brand new D.R. Horton built new construction homes and what, a mile and a half away or something. And that'll speak to the variance in the culture and we don't talk about demographics here on this channel because we can't, but it just kind of speaks to the diversity of things in Ewa, in Hawaii, and on Oahu. You can have it all here. So that word, E-W-A, not throwing gang signs. That word, it's Ewa. So some people say Iwa, Ewa, it's Ewa. And there's a difference between Ewa and Ewa Beach. Mahi and I have talked about this on the channel. Her not being from this area, she's like, I don't know, it's all Ewa Beach to me. But there's a difference. And there's even a difference in Ewa Gentry versus Ewa Beach versus Ewa. And we're in like real Ewa. Renton Road, you turn right by the 7-Eleven, come into the older homes in Ewa. Now there's a few different facets to Renton Road. One of our friends, brothers who went to Campbell, Preston and Jesse. Jesse's a comedian. I don't know, maybe you can bring up some of his stuff. I remember they moved into this general area. If you watched our other Ewa Beach video, I told a story about how my friend, when I first moved from the mainland, I would call surf shorts, I would call it bathing suit. My friend's dad was like, bathing suit? Who is your friend from? Like, oh, dad, he just moved here from Florida. That's the dad. They bought a house in this area, and I remember it was like new, nice. I didn't think anything of it, but now being a real estate agent, we look at the construction quality, the construction design. This is your classic plantation style home in Hawaii. I love it that we found this area. We're cautious not to try and speak disparagingly or negatively about it. That's not the case. I mean, this is a lesser quality. You know, it's not double wall construction with insulation and central air. It's arguably a lesser quality. But like Mahe, for example,
that may be what I love.
She prefers this kind of home rather than the brand new D.R. Horton home. Even like $5 million homes in Kaula, there's nods to this Hawaii plantation style. They're intentionally doing a blend of like a higher quality material and siding and concrete, but still keeping this like Kalapawai market kind of vibe. So what are we seeing here? Like these homes are elevated, right? You have to, all local old homes, you have to walk up a few stairs, like 3-5 stairs to get to the home because they're on post and pier foundation, right? So there's this post of wood. It's usually sitting on what we call a tofu block, like a piece of concrete. And that's the way the home is, all these like stilts everywhere. Why were they built that way? Well, laying concrete, that's expensive. Running plumbing and stuff through the concrete or right above it or however, depending on the construction design, that's expensive. If you need to, see, Shaka's automatic over here. If you need to fix your main sewer line, you need to get under and look at your electric crawl space under the house. You need to put your surfboard somewhere in the shade under the house. Air can flow in and out of the home. This Hawaii style, in some ways, is even better. Now, if you want to run central air, typically a lot of times no attic space. It's just a different home style for a different thing. But we wanted to make sure to show kind of older Hawaii, even though these homes aren't that old, but they're built in the old style. Next, we're gonna go to Kulu. That's Ewa Gentry's newest development. We're gonna go over there. Can't really show you much yet. I have some info to tell you about it, and we're gonna talk about when it's being released. What's the difference in cost in a home like this versus new construction? Are these homes cheaper? Maybe. Per square foot, these homes in Ewa, just a stone's throw away from Ho'opili, tend to be a bit less expensive. They're also smaller. They also don't have garages. Now, in Ho'opili, Ho'oulu, that community, is more of a nod to this, more of a plantation style home with a carport. Notice carports, not garages. Why? Garage is more expensive to build. I think that's the biggest reason. But also carports are breezy. So if you're gonna set up, you know, your gym, your boxing bag, and you're gonna play poker and watch the game outside, carport's way better for that than a garage. I don't know the floor plan of each one of these homes, but let's say they're 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 800 square foot, 900 square foot, smaller plantation style home. This home in Kailua, little grass patch or whatever, still well over $1 million, and almost everywhere in Kailua in any condition. In Ewa, you can get into these homes sometimes in the 7s, but for the most part 800 plus. It's just a different thing. It's a different community. It's a different vibe, different feel. We love it, right? Like even if I'm living on a hill perched somewhere and I'm you know, further along in life and being bougie, enjoying the fruits of my labor further along in life, I still want to be here. You know, I still want to come barbecue. This is special to us. So it's not that new construction is better or even that this is better, but this is also Hawaii. And we just want to show you the full gamut of our special home. All right, so we were driving around and I wanted to find a house like this. It took us a while and it just kind of speaks to the construction quality. It's single wall construction. You hear us reference that on this channel if you've watched the whole catalog. What even is single wall? Well, right now you have like this stud, this 2x4, right? You got to find the studs and put your picture in the wall, screw it in here. Well, you have this and you have drywall here, insulation, and then siding to the outside over here. Basically, it's a double wall construction. Old Hawaii plantation style home, single wall. There's no insulation. There's just this thin piece of wood between the outside and the inside. So like in this home, if you hammered a nail through to hang a picture, depending on the length of the nail, that nail might come out of the house. Now, is it better? Is it worse? I mean, arguably we can say it's not as good as the more expensive double wall, right? But it's better for some things, like more air, you know, going through, cheaper cost, being able to get under the house. If you're in a flood zone, here's another gem. If you're next to the ocean or in a flood zone, you're in an AE or a VE flood zone, or AEF, VF, your insurance is going to be more expensive, but you can get an elevation certificate which states, no, my house is built up off the ground, so that 100-year flood probability, we have a mitigation against that because we're elevated. So if you're building next to the ocean, even with an unlimited budget, you may choose to do something more like this than put it on concrete. Also the soil, when you're building closer to sand, I'm not a foundation guy, but maybe better not to pour concrete and to do this. Or you're gonna have to, you know, fix those posts and piers and shore them up from time to time. That might just be part of living on that kind of soil. So there's pros and cons to this kind of construction. Other thing I wanted to point out, come with me. Who's watched my Y&I video? That's the most popular video on the channel. Mahi hates that. But I made a mistake. I said prosecutors will be violated. You talk enough on here, you're gonna mess up, right? I just wanna point out that I can read. Violators will be prosecuted. If you live on sand or on, you know, an eroding cliff or something, this kind of construction may be better because instead of fixing concrete slab, you fix these posts and piers. You can do those kind of one at a time. You can also see when there's foundation problems. Now, I'm no foundation person. Whoever owns this, don't watch this video, but we're on a public street and you can see right under that no trespassing sign, it kind of does this. So if you were to do the marble test in the house, you put a marble and see if it rolls, I bet you inside it's rolling that way. So it can be good and bad. Easier to fix, probably more common for it to happen too. All right guys, so usually I come on this channel, we don't script, we typically don't even outline, but this is so new, I have to use my phone because this is Eva Gentry's Kulu neighborhood. We are on the old Navy base, Naval Air Station Barbers Point. So I still call it Barbers, but Kalailoa is the Hawaiian name since the land has been given back. It's not a naval air station anymore. Between Kapolei and Eva, we're definitely more Kapolei side. So Kamakana Mall, Kamakana Ali'i, everything there and this side of Kapolei Parkway, this is Kapolei. So for all intents and purposes, we're in Kapolei. And this is Ka'ulu. This is gonna be a mix of affordable housing, some single family, condominium style single family. So think North Park by Gentry, which we showed in one of our other recent videos. Think like Seabridge, neighborhoods like that, where there's a lot of smaller homes, probably 2-story, that kind of look the same over and over and over. And they're called condominium homes because if you look at the tax record, let's take this big dirt lot right here. If that were divided up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 14 single family homes, all in that little space, their tax record wouldn't be 0000 at the end. That's kind of a real estate nerd thing. But when it's 0000 parcel number, it's a single family home. When it's a condominium home, actually live in one of those is 0011, 11 or 00001. That's a condominium. So these are condominium style homes, which means it's probably going to have an association that you pay into to maintain the cluster mailboxes and the sidewalks. So there's going to be 88 reserved. For my local people out there, 88 homes reserved in the affordable housing pool, where you can be making up to 140% of Oahu's median family income. So that changes, right? If you have kids, if you don't have kids, it changes a little bit. It's into the 6 figures, I'm pretty sure. And those will be in the low 600s. There'll be 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, detached condominium style single family homes in the 900,000s. There's gonna be 88 of this affordable townhomes, but then other identical townhomes that cost a little more because they're not in the affordable pool. I don't have that information yet, but we'll keep you up to date on this project. So these guys might start going on sale as early as mid-November. We're releasing this around Halloween, so that might be just in a couple of weeks. Make sure to hit us up. Our team's gonna be committed to getting you into these units. If you come to our channel live on Tuesdays or you watch the live replay this next Tuesday and 4 days from now when we're filming and 2 days after this video is released, we're probably gonna have even more information on this community. But as of right now, it's been published that they expect to start selling units mid-November, with the first units potentially being done as soon as December. So you might be able to move into this neighborhood before the end of this year in 2023. If you're interested in Kulu, if you're interested in Ho'opili, if you're interested in anything Hawaii real estate, or even have a mainland real estate need that you need a referral for, go to coreteamhawaii.com, go to the very bottom of the page, fill out the contact information, and my assistant will reach out, or I will reach out as soon as possible.